Joining me now is Morgan Jackson, a campaign consultant and senior advisor to Josh Stein, North Carolina's governor-elect. Firstly, thank you for being here.
Hey, great to be with you.
This race was pretty close back in March. Our WRAL poll back then had Stein and Robinson within a couple points of each other. In the end, Stein won by double digits. So a lot happened in 8 months. We know that, right? We've heard the stories about Robinson, seen all the attack ads. How much of this win is about Robinson and how much is about Stein?
Well, listen, I think in any election, it's about both. It's not an either or question. And I would tell you that, one of the things that we worked very hard to do in the Attorney General's Josh Stein's race, in the gubernatorial race, that is to lay out a positive vision for North Carolina's future for Josh Stein and for its citizens. And I think the positive vision for a safer and stronger North Carolina was clearly something that voters in North Carolina wanted to see, and they rejected the politics of division and disrespect that Mark Robinson brought to this race.
Yeah. You have been involved in a number of successful campaigns over the course of your career, and you have stayed with those successful candidates in their administration. So I'm curious to get your perspective. What will the transition for Stein to governor look like?
Listen, the transitions are always a process. It's a learning process. It's a getting your infrastructure in place, getting staffing in place, but also getting your priorities in place. Job one. The top priority on day one, job one, is to help Western North Carolina rebuild, to help our citizens recover and rebuild from a 1,000-year storm. He talked a lot about public education and how we strengthen our schools and how we keep creating the good paying jobs that are helping our state grow. And not just in in urban North Carolina, but also in rural North Carolina.
For the third election in a row, North Carolina elected a Democratic governor and a Republican president. It stands to reason that many people voted for Stein and Trump. What do you make of this?
I think there's a lot of truth to that, and we've seen that happen in the last several cycles. I mean, listen, it was an absolutely difficult evening last night at the national level. You saw Donald Trump, and I believe what's been called today is basically all 7 battlegrounds have gone to Trump. So what we saw was a national tide that really dictated the presidential race. But I got to tell you, one of the things that I'm really proud of is not only the governor's election last night in electing Josh Stein as the next governor of North Carolina, but North Carolina once again, and this happened in 2016 and in 2020, was one of the few bright spots for Democrats nationally in a dark night. That was really disappointing nationally. In North Carolina, we successfully rejected extreme Republican candidates for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and superintendent of public instruction. We successfully held Don Davis's congressional seat, one of the top congressional challenges across the nation that a lot of folks thought we were not going to win. We were able to hold that seat. And most importantly, we broke the supermajority in the North Carolina House, which will allow Josh Stein a real opportunity to govern and work with this legislature and give him leverage to push positive public policy forward and keep us from fighting these culture wars that send our state backwards.
Morgan Jackson, thank you again for your time and congratulations on your successful run with the Josh Stein campaign, now our governor-elect.
Thanks so much.